Here we have an exponential function. It says f of x is 2 to the x power. So I can choose some replacement values of x. Try 0, 1, 2, 3, and let's go to 4, see if we can even get that far. Well, what happens when I replace these x values into my function? Then I'll get the f of 0, which is 2 to the 0, and that's pretty easy. That's 1. Any number to the 0 power is 1. So I know I have a point at 0, 1. That's where I cross my y-axis. Good. So let's try the function of 1, the f of 1 here. That's 2 to the first power. Any number to the first power is itself. So when x is 1, y is 2. 2. Let's try the f of 2 now. F of 2 is 2 to the second power. 2 squared is 4. So when x is 2, y is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 there. 4. Let's try 2 to the third power. So f of 3 is 2 to the third power. Notice that I'm climbing faster and faster as I move along my x-axis. So when x is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goes there, and x is 8. F of 4, 2 to the fourth power, and that would be 16. So when x is 4, I'm way off my my graph here, probably somewhere all the way up there, and 5 is going to be even bigger and bigger and bigger. But what happens when x is negative numbers, right? So we'll go for -1, -2, and -3, just for the fun of it. So the f of -1 is 2 to the -1, which employing the inverse rule, that would be 1 over 2. And really that's just going to happen all the way down, right? F of -2 would be 1/4, and so on down the line. So that would be 1/2, that would be 1/4, 3 would be 1/8, and so on and so on. So as I go to my negative numbers, you can see that my graph is getting lower and lower, closer and closer to 0, but my axis is going to act as an asymptote here. It's never going to, it'll get infinitely closer to 0, but it'll never get to 0. So my graph looks a little bit, well, a lot of it, like a curve, right? So the curve starts going up, and once it starts going up, it starts going up pretty dang fast. That's the exponential nature of this graph. And on the other end, when it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it will never get any less than 0. Now, of course, we can always shift our graph using horizontal shifters and vertical shifters, but basically this is the graph of an exponential function.